Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today it's match day, Juventus Cagliari, 6 p.m. Italian time. Good news, maybe for people that are not familiar with Twitch, today Juventus will stream on two different platforms simultaneously, on Twitch and on YouTube, live reaction. So if you want to see my face, just pop in and say hello. But that's not the important thing. The important thing, of course, is that we win today because it's the last game before international break. After that one, we will have, if I'm not wrong, 15 players from Juve that will go all over the world. 5 players will go with the national team of Spalletti, which is great. But if we want to enjoy our players with the national team, we have to win. Otherwise, I can guarantee you that we will have 2 weeks of stress, 2 weeks of negativity, and I don't want to live that. I want to win today. Then what will happen tomorrow between Inter and Frosinone in the Giuseppe Meazza is another question. But if you want to put a bit of pressure, if you want to put a bit of stress, if we want Mattia Sule tomorrow to score and that goal that has a meaning beating Inter, well, we have to win today. We have to think about ourselves. We have to concentrate and focus only about the game against the Rosso Blu. In today's video, I want to go to the possible lineups with some question marks that I have, with some certainties by Massimiliano Allegri, and then I also want to go towards a bit the history of Juve Cagliari and why I am not 100% reassured at the moment. Of course, we are playing game 92 against Cagliari in Serie A, and at the moment the numbers are in favor of the Bianconeri with 44 wins, 26 draws and only 12 losses. But pay attention, because one game is not the other, one season is not the other, 1 year is not the other. We know that the last game that we played at home, and that's a good news, we won 2-0 with a goal of Moiskin that should start today over Dusan Vlahovic. We'll speak about Dusan Vlahovic in a second. And then the other goal, the second one at the 83rd minute, was by Federico Bernardeschi. Well, today, if we can go with a 2-0 win, with the first goal in Serie A this season of Moiskin, and a goal of a Federico, not Bernardeschi, of course, he's not there anymore, but Federico Chiesa, I would be immensely happy. I would be extremely joyful, extremely happy, because after the game, then we can go on this channel for the post-game reaction live, and we will all be happy, celebrating a win, celebrating a momentarily first rank in Serie A. But that's not what makes me scared. There are two things. You know that I'm a bit scaramantico, I am a bit superstitious, and the last time that Cagliari won in our home in Torino was a crazy game, because we lost 2-3. On the bench of Cagliari, I will tell you in a second who it was, but in our bench, it was Claudio Ranieri, that is at the moment the coach of Cagliari. So Claudio Ranieri with the Bianconeri. On the bench of Cagliari, it was Massimiliano Allegri. So the last time that Cagliari won in our home, the two coaches were there, but they were in inverted benches. Crazy. So that's one thing that is already making me scared. The second one is something that is not related that much to history and so on, but it's actually the risk of Federico Gatti to not play the next game. We know it since yesterday in the press conference of Max that Federico Gatti will start. We were thinking maybe that Dean Huijsen would have a chance. Max doesn't want to calculate, he doesn't want to plan too much ahead. He's also sending a sign to the Bianconeri that the game of today is important, not the one of the 26th of November where everything can happen. So it's it's today that is counting against Cagliari. So Gatti is playing, but we know it since that game against Milan, since that duel against Leao, since the post-game words of Stefano Pioli that was insisting with, yeah, but Federico Gatti made like 15 fouls and had only 1 yellow card, which was absolutely not true, because if you go back, you see that Gatti made probably 3 fouls, received 1 yellow card. Well, since that day, Federico Gatti is on the eye of the referees. There is a bit of pressure. Looks like, they are going towards, we are obliged to give Gatti a yellow card so that he's missing Inter, so that all Serie A, actually the 19 teams out of 20, are happy because justice has been made. Justice what? No, the game has to be played. If he deserves a yellow card, well, Max took the risk, Federico took the risk, and it's a yellow deserved card. If not, well, he doesn't deserve. But that's a story that we have to speak probably after the game. Well, if you're looking at the players that scored, Vlahovic already played 7 times against Cagliari, and he's the best scorer in that game from the ones that we have in our team, because he already scored 5 times. only won with Juve, but anyway, between Fiorentina and Juventus, 5 times he was able to score. And the choices of Max are going towards Dusan Vlahovic on the bench. That's the big surprise. We were all expecting Dusan and Federico to start on front of that 3-5-2. Max decides to put him on the bench. And there we are opening a chapter. Why is it? Is it because Keane is in top form, because he deserves, because it's a guy that is in the full peak of his season, and that's why he's playing with Chiesa, or is it because Dusan Vlahovic is a bit in a down moment? Well, if he's in a down moment, probably Cagliari would have been the game to launch him back, to have again, that autostima, that awareness that he's a fantastic striker, so that he can also have that positivity towards the game of Inter. Looks like, apparently, with the latest predicted lineup, he will be on the bench, trying to enter and change the game in second half. I tell you, I'm not 100% confident that Dusan is a player that is able to change the game in second half. But it is what it is. What about the other ones? Well, we know about the 4 men in defense. Szczesny, already confirmed by Max yesterday. The 3 ones in defense, Gatti, Bremer, and Rugani. By the way, our defenders already scored a few times against Cagliari. Bremer, twice when he was playing at Torino against Cagliari. Rugani, first ever goal with the Bianconeri against Cagliari. So 1 time for him. So maybe Rugani can score today. You never know. You never know. Another one that was able to score versus them was Locatelli. Not with Juve yet, but he did when he was playing in his ex-team, Sassuolo or Milan. I don't remember, but he already scored 1 goal. Now, there will also be another thing that we have to consider in that game, that we had that question mark, who will play in the middle? Will it be Cambiaso? Will it be McKennie? Will it be Ealing Jr.? Will we play with 2 men? At the moment, they are going towards a Cambiaso on the right side of the field, Weston McKennie as a mezzala on the right, Locatelli as a regista, Miretti a bit on the left side, actually replacing Rabiot that is suspended for that game, and on the left side we have Filip Kostic. Up front, I already told you, Moiskin and Chiesa. I think that McKennie and Cambiaso simultaneously makes totally sense. Why? I already explained it. If in the game you see that it's not working, Cambiaso on the right because he doesn't have these automatism and so on, you can still put him as a mezzala with McKennie on the right side without doing any change. So already in the first half, you can already change your tactics, and that could be an important one. I hope that against Cagliari we can see today Ealing Jr. playing a part of the game, especially if Kostic and Cambiaso are starting. Well, one of the chances for Ealing to enter from the bench are quite huge. Other thing that I want to say is that Cagliari comes from a big moment, because we know they are in bottom table of the ranking, but on the other side they have 3 consecutive wins, 2 in Serie A, 1 in Coppa Italia. After that big, huge remontada against Frosinone that at the end they won 4-3. Well, they are in big form, they are in a confident moment, so it will not be as easy as we are thinking. Now, if you are comparing both goalkeepers, Szczesny is the best goalkeeper in Serie A with 81% of saves, which put him immediately in that number 1 ranking. So in terms of percentage of saves, he's the best one. On the other side, the goalkeeper of Cagliari, Radunovic, is 19th with 57%. And that's where I recommend Juventus to go to shot. Because if he has a percentage of 57%, we can say that nearly 1 on 2 shots on target, it's goal. But Juventus needs to shot on goal. And they also have to be really precise, going on target. And the good thing, you will tell me, Beppe, you're crazy, but the good thing is that we played against Verona like 2 weeks ago, and we have that game in mind, because we know it, when Juventus has to do the game, not always it's going as easy as we want. We don't want to wait until the 96th minute to score a goal with a tap-in of Cambiaso. Not always it will be possible, probably also because Cambiaso will be subbed out in second half. So, that game of Verona, you have to put one thing in our mind. If we want to win, we have to score fast. If we want to score, we have to shot on target, because Radunovic, 57% of saves. That's super, super, super important. What else do I want to say? Nothing. Again, predicted lineup. This is what I wanted to talk about. A bit of percentages, a bit of number, a bit of history. We have to win. Super, super important. I give you a meeting on the YouTube or Twitch channel for the pre-game and watch-along of Juventus, channel of Juve, and then the post-game here on the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao.